And welcome to the Confound Millennial, starring Steven Sturvin Michaels and Ryan Diamonds, featuring our friends and yours. If you've listened to this podcast before, you know who they are. If you're listening to this for the first time, you probably know who they are because you're probably here because of them. But if you're like not, then that's really weird. Welcome for finding us randomly on the internet. Yeah, Diamond, stop it. Okay, I'm getting to it.
Get on.
I don't wanna start pretending I'm older. I don't wanna wait till I can come over now. I don't have the heart to tell you it's alright, but I don't have a way to make it seem like I've been working up the courage. I don't wanna say what's on your mind and make you nervous.
Brian and Dan of the home team.
What's up? And Izzy.
And Izzy.
Yes.
What a cute fur ball.
It's been
What
a
is
while
that?
since we've had a podcast on the show. I have some custody issues with my cats.
If you've
Does not
seen our
look
music
amusing.
video for Fashion Forward, you've seen Izzy be very annoyed for 3 minutes.
It's amazing that you got them to do that, and I know that it probably took days to get that right.
Oh, it was like at least an hour of footage.
The hardest part is getting them off the amp, because once you got them up there, they just want to sit.
And just do nothing.
So the floor, I have a picture somewhere. The floor afterwards is just covered in cat treats, and we had like 4 laser pointers just trying to get them to do anything. Because the second you turn a camera on, cat does nothing.
But
Show
so
your booty.
you guys have, last time I had you on, you were releasing singles for your new album Slow Bloom, and now it's out. Now you guys have gone on tour post COVID. Well, kind of,
Kind of,
tourable.
Mid post.
Post.
So how are you guys liking the reactions to the new album?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. Which is great because we took a lot of risks and did a lot of new things, and we didn't know if that was going to land or if it was going to flop. Luckily, it definitely landed. People have been really, really digging it. And the growth that we've seen in the last year since the last time we talked to you has been more than ever in our career. It has been insane. And touring has definitely helped with that. TikTok has helped with that. Izzy has helped with that. With morale.
I watched that video and I think everybody commented, "I'm here for the cats. The music's fine."
But yeah, we did a bunch of videos for the new album as well. We actually have more on deck that we're going to release. We're not done promoting it.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so far it has been just like kind of insane and overwhelming, but great. Really, really great.
I feel like when we had toured in 2019, I feel like I knew most of the people that were coming to our shows. So like if there were people that had been there before, I recognized them, and we are well past that, and it's wild.
Now it's meeting a lot of new people,
Yeah.
which is great.
And a lot of people that come up and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're my favorite band." I'm like,
Really? There's
Really?
a lot of bands out
yeah,
there.
we're number one.
You guys are in my top 5.
That's what's
all
up.
day.
Thank you.
Well, it's all kind of new to me, but a lot of the comments I see are way underrated band. Like everybody
Yeah.
keeps saying that you guys are amazing, and I'm like, oh, let's keep listening then.
Rate
It's
us
great.
higher.
I love the
Overrate us.
energy. The energy's
Overrate us.
great. I love it.
But so last time we had you on, we actually I think we were the first people to play a little clip of Move It or Lose It, and now you've got the whole music video and everything out for it, the whole album. So last time I was very confused about the mouse demon thing.
Yeah.
Tall mouse lady.
Yeah.
So
This thing?
ooh. So is that a one of a kind, or are you ever going to sell those masks?
So both. it is a one of a kind. We painted it ourselves, and we had a buddy 3D print it. I wanted to start selling them like long ago, like kind of close to when the album came out. But there is they are so much work to make, and we have like 3 or 4 blank ones right now, just waiting to be painted. But we have just been so freaking busy that I just have not had the time to do it.
Right.
And I want to eventually sell them, but they won't be cheap just because it's a lot of labor that goes into them. But they will be custom, so I will paint it whatever colors people want. I don't know when that's going to happen. Honestly, we're probably going to start with our Patreon and give them first dibs, which, I mean, we'll get X amount of orders on there, and then I'll have to fulfill those, and then it'll be like a few more months before we can even go public with them.
We might not even ever be able to go public.
Yeah, we might just have to stick to like it's just a Patreon thing, which is fine. I mean, that's another perk of being on our Patreon.
Also, the idea of selling it came before any tour opportunities popped up.
Yeah.
And before we knew like how people were going to react to the record. So this was like in the like big pool of ideas, like you can do this and we can do that. And now a single item that takes like 10 hours of labor to produce one of them no longer seems like the best use of time. Especially when we have 6 weeks straight of touring and then, more tours coming up.
Now, if I could do it on tour, that'd be a different thing. But in the bumpy van, I'm like, that's
like as a dabbling artist, I completely understand. I just make random shit, and people ask me all the time, like, why don't you make and sell this? And it's like, because I spent like 3 fucking days straight on this. I don't want to fucking do that for a living.
Right, exactly.
And no one's going to buy it for how much I'd have to, 3 days worth of labor.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's one of those things. It's like some people who don't really buy art. Like I grew up, my dad collected a lot of art. And so I grew up going to art galleries, and I had a good sense of like how much art costs. Like it's just not cheap. But I came to know early on, like it's because it takes for fucking ever to make it. It's like it's a unique piece. Like nothing out there exists like this one. Obviously there's similar ones if an artist has a similar vibe, but you have a one of a kind thing that was made by a professional, and it took them, days to make. Like it's no wonder why it's expensive. People will look at a piece and be like, why is that $500? And it's like this big. I'm like, because it probably took forever.
But in a world of mass-produced shit, people don't really get that anymore.
Exactly. And it's one of those things that's like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And I buy a lot of prints because of pieces because like I can't afford to buy real art all the time. I have like maybe 2 or 3 pieces of real art, but 2 of them were gifts, and then one of them was not that expensive. And so I mostly get a lot of prints, but I ran out of space to put them up. But I just moved, so now I have a ton more space.
More
I gotta
space.
fill the walls.
Nice. When I first got in here, actually the very first thing I did when I got this apartment was put all the shit up on the wall behind me. I was like so excited.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys know this. We had to take a little break last year. I was living in my car for a bit, and dude, I was so excited just to put my podcast shit back up.
Sure. Yeah, I bet.
But so back to tour. How long was that? I know you guys just got back out of it like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, so we had an album release tour in October. That was like a week and a half. We had a band called Glacier Veins opening for us. And then we just did 4 weeks with This Wildlife and Broadside. And then immediately went from that to opening for Point North, Lil Lotus, and Concrete Castles. So we did a week with them. And then that tour did the exact same route that we had just done. So we couldn't do the middle 3 weeks. And then, let's see, today's Wednesday. On Sunday, we're flying back out to go do the last week of it. So we got like 2 and a half weeks off from tour, which never happened before, and it's great.
It was awesome.
Little vacay.
Yeah, we're losing money on it, but man, getting to go home for a little bit and then go fly back out and tour again is so sick.
I think the optimal time window would have been like 5 days or maybe a week. This was a little long, but I mean, we had a lot of other stuff to catch up on, and so it was welcome. I still probably won't catch up on everything I need to before I go back out.
Never do. You
Yeah.
never do.
But it's funny that you guys toured with This Wild Life. They were actually playing at the first concert I ever went to.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was a Mayday Parade show with them, As It Is, and Real Friends.
Yep. They told us about that tour because I remember them talking about how they opened for Mayday Parade.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was a fun show. Just because, man, Mayday Parade, like I love seeing them. Like I've seen them at a couple of Warped Tours and stuff. I like their music, but I like watching their fans. No offense to any Mayday Parade fans out here, but there was one guy. Sorry, I'll get back to you guys in a second, but damn, there was this guy, right? He's standing there. He's a rock of a man. He's got his girlfriend in one arm, and then he's got his buddy in the other. And the buddy is a fucking wreck. He's bent over, just ugly crying to the music. And the dude's just standing there, just holding his bro, holding his girl. I'm like, that is a man, right?
What
there.
a guy. That's amazing. I love that. That's very rad.
But so,
hey,
what was
quick
the
question.
energy like on the tour? Like, and also, like, how long of a set did you guys get to play since you were just opening?
With This Wild Life tour, we did. There were only 3 bands on the whole bill, so we did what 30
minutes.
30 minute set. Point North, there were 4 bands on the bill, so we did 20 minutes. Honestly, playing short sets is kind of our preference at the moment because we're playing a lot of new people, and so honestly, we'd kind of rather just like do 30 minutes of like high energy, like we can just knock this out with no problem.
Make them want some more.
Exactly. Yeah. And we don't have to bore anybody. Like anybody who's not kind of digging it, they're more likely to potentially come back if they don't get tired of it by the time we're done playing. Longer sets are for headliners. Like headliners, you're bringing people that want to see you. So we want to give them what they want to see. The West Coast headliner, we actually still played a pretty short set. I think it was only like 35 or 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because we didn't expect the turnout that we got.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like
another DIY tour like we have always done.
Yeah, there were like lines at every show. Like I was prepared for like 30 to 40 people a night, and we averaged like 140. And that was with we played like 2 C markets, and we played an overflow show in Seattle, or just south of Seattle, because our Seattle date sold out. So like we had multiple shows with over 200 people there to see us, which was fucking wild.
Very cool.
We were not prepared. Like after the first show, we sold out of a couple like sizes and some shirts. And I just had to call our merch guy and be like, whatever you got, just start printing. Just make whatever you can, and we'll pick it up from you in LA.
Churn it out.
Which was great. Again, like we were really stoked about that. We didn't expect that. So again, like it was still the longest set we've ever done on a headlining tour, but it was, we would have done longer had we known. But also we were coming back out of like 2 years of not touring, so we had no idea what our endurance would be like. We also didn't have a single day off on that tour. So it it would have been really rough if we did any longer.
That was a mistake. We have
I've
now
seen some
learned.
videos of you guys playing, the past couple of weeks, and you all just give every ounce of your energy you got on a
Really
tour,
easy when you play for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it is.
20 minutes is cake.
That's the best part. It's a kind of a running joke with like the headliners of these tours. Like when they see videos of us, like going super hard, they're like, oh, 20-minute set. They're not playing for an hour. They don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
Just broke a sweat.
Yeah, we have to dial it back a little bit when we play like an hour-long set.
Longest set we ever played was 17 songs though. It was at that remember that weird park show in Ocean Shores?
Oh yeah, in Seabrook.
Seabrook. We did like this. They had this like concerts in the park style thing for this community down in a ritzy like I don't know vacation spot. This was back in like 2018. This was literally like the week Better Off came out, and their promoter or booker guy was just a big fan of us.
He booked like 8 bands, and then he got to pick one band that he liked.
He got to pick one
And he
band
picked
with us. And the thing is like the bands that usually play those are like they play a lot of covers and songs that people can sing along to. And we played maybe 2 covers. Like
I think we played 3. I think we played Sugar We're Going Down, Dance Dance, and The Middle.
There you go.
And nobody liked it.
No, there were like 5 people, like 5 kids from the area wearing our shirts who
Who were like super stoked. And then none of the old people who were sitting in lawn chairs dug it at all.
yeah.
But it was like 17 songs. That was the longest set for sure.
I think
that
we
ever
played like almost all of Better Off, and then like 3 of our old songs, and
Yep.
then the covers too, and
Yep.
like maybe
we just like pulled out everything we could.
we played like some of the Black Sheep EP too.
Yeah, we
I think.
definitely played Black Sheep EP stuff. Yeah, and then our CD release, which in my opinion, that was the Better Off CD release and Slow Boom CD release. I think we played the same number of songs.
Yeah, it was like
11 or
11,
12.
11 songs.
Because Slow Bloom we also did Real World, and we also did FOMO, yeah, which is an unreleased song.
You're missing out.
Yeah, they got a little gift on that tour. But yeah, we'll see what happens when we have to play like a 20-song set every night for 2 months.
Sure, we'll have to play for a week leading up to it.
Yeah,
Just
we
to
will.
get
just to be able to
physically ready.
Yeah. Otherwise, the first couple shows are gonna be a train wreck.
They always are.
They always are.
That's fun. It's I guess it's.
I was just looking up one some. No, you go, Diamonds.
I was just saying, it's a good way to get going. 20-song shows, it's got to be rough. I was in like a crappy band growing up, and we'd play like 11 to 2, 11 to 3, and it was always, we were like 16, so it was cool, but I can't imagine doing it getting older. It's rough, but when you love it.
Wait, 11 to 3, like you'd play for 4 hours?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had, some time down to drink up our bar tab, but
Right on.
you love it. You just keep going till you quit.
Don't get me wrong. Like I will, once we get to the point where we can like adequately play a long set and not be completely dead afterwards, I'm going to enjoy it. Like I really want to play for longer. Because I get more comfortable on stage after like 5 songs. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, I just think it'll be a lot of fun.
That's good. Get into it. It's great.
We'll have to chill a little bit and play like a couple more songs on the mic stand.
Yep.
Well, our singer used to be like, the band's going to keep going. I'm going to take a break.
That's funny.
He's still going, though. That's the funny part.
Oh, word. That's tight.
Wow.
I mean, same.
Dinner music.
So we have a playlist of all the songs that have been featured on the show, and for about a year now, I've been trying to figure out why in the world I'm missing a couple. Like some have been removed, and I just realized today one of those is yours.
Oh,
What song is that?
Jack of All Trades acoustic, the music video.
Did we hide that?
Oh,
you got me.
Oh, spill the beans.
Wow, this is a very funny way for Daniel to find this out.
I'm sorry.
John and I, a while back, we were watching it. This was probably a year or more ago. We were watching it, and we were at his house, and John goes, "Please, for the love of God, can we hide this?" And I said, "I really, really want to." And we did. Yeah, that was probably like a year and a half ago that we hid that from YouTube, and we did not tell Daniel.
Well, I'm sorry, Daniel.
I don't think we intentionally kept it from you. I think it just never came up in conversation, and we were like,
He wasn't looking for it.
yeah, you didn't notice, so
That's true.
I was
I've watched it for a long time.
I had that on my playlist, and I realized I was like, there's a home team song I really like that I hadn't heard in a while. I was trying to tell Diamonds about it, and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was.
So we like that song. The song, great.
You can
The
still
video-
find the song on YouTube still, just not
On
the music.
Spotify too.
Yeah. The video though, we hate. Like I
Can
it
I
was-
ask why?
it's just very like local band cringe. I don't know, man. As we were going into the new era of the home team, it was like, man, I'm fine with them seeing like Burning Gold. I'm fine with them seeing Letters from a Friend, because those are like pretty like they look like
We tried.
they look like we tried. Jack of All Trades was like, hey, we're in Vegas. We should probably shoot something for this song. Let's just do something. I don't know. Let's just like, I was walking around the strip, and yeah, I watched it and I was like, wow, I look young as fuck. And it's just not what we're going for anymore.
Next chapter.
Yeah. So like maybe one day we'll do a rehash of it and be like, ha ha ha, look how funny this is. Ha ha ha. But
I look forward to it.
For now, as we're getting a lot of new fans, and also YouTube is just like the perfect place for fans to find embarrassing videos of us. So yeah.
It's like I feel that, man. I've been fighting with myself since I started this podcast, really, on whether or not I'm going to get rid of the first season completely.
Sure.
Because we started that shit on a Guitar Hero microphone. Hell, I got that thing in a glass case over there.
Wait, Guitar Hero? Like
Yeah, we started that on a busted up laptop, Guitar Hero microphone, and whatever free software we could find. It sounded god awful.
Now look,
That's
he's
so
talking me out of my shirt. Weird.
I still don't know why you're shirtless. But
He told me to. He told
I
me to
said
take my
no
shirt
such
off.
thing.
what was our slogan? Shirtless for a purpose.
Shirtless
There you
for a
go.
purpose.
Well, I guess my avatar is shirtless. So he said, you should take your shirt off. I was like,
Well, that's
right.
your fault, man, for having your profile picture on Facebook of you shirtless, like stripping on a tree.
It's
That's
nice. It is nice. I'm embarrassed, but happy.
But seriously, look at this man right here. Okay, there is like he's a beautiful man, but there's not many defining features for me to make a cartoon avatar out of. So I made him shirtless and everything.
Okay,
That's great.
fine, whatever. Moving on.
Moving on.
I'm gonna
yes.
go find a shirt.
No.
Go find a shirt done.
No,
Okay.
they said
Love
no. I go find a wife beater. I'll be back.
But what the fuck? No, I'm sorry, guys. But so new album, favorite personal for each of you song off of the album to play.
To play and favorite song in general. Oh, actually, they're the same song for both. I thought they were going to be different, but they are the same song. Watching My Friends Get Rich. That's my favorite song on the album and favorite song to play. Mostly because we play it at the end of our set. Spoiler. And we do a little ending thing where we kind of like extend the ending. And it's like we have a couple parts in the set that are hard for me, and I always like don't really look forward to them, and I'm like a little nervous for them. Like one is the high note at the end of Sheen's Quiet. I'm like, I kind of got to like psych myself up for that. Like during the bridge, I slow down, I cool off, I start standing still, and then I get it over with. I almost always nail it, and then I'm like, okay, cool. Now the rest of the set is easy. Another Night Alone with You was always tricky, just because it's like kind of out of our comfort zone, and trying to keep the crowd energized during it is a bit tough. But once I get to Watching My Friends Get Rich, I'm like, dude, I can just go ham. I know this song like the back of my hand. Like I don't have to. It is not the easiest song to sing, but it's still so fun that that one I can just go off on. And so yeah, that's my favorite.
My favorite to play live is Right Through Me.
Mm.
And he just has like a ton of energy. It's got some sections that are really easy to play, some sections that are pretty challenging, and the crowd reaction is usually pretty nuts. I think my favorite song on the record is On. That is a song that has not gotten the streaming love like the rest of the record. It is, aside from the acoustic song, it's the lowest streamed song on the record. And I think the general public is wrong. And
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
that song should be like, maybe not the highest, but it should be one of the highest streams.
I mean, we didn't do it as a single, so it's fair that it's not. But it should be higher on the ones that weren't singles. I'd say On is tied for second for me for my favorites on the album. Tied with Danger.
Yeah, the bummer is because of the number of, now that we have 2 albums out, we have so many singles out that when we are putting together our sets, we kind of are not obligated, but like we should play the songs that more people listen to because the data tells us those are the songs people like. So we should try and craft the set so that new people hear all like the fan favorites. I can't wait to get to a headlining set when we can play whatever we want. And that song is going to get like
so much love.
It's going to get some extra stuff.
Yeah.
We're
doing interlude before and after.
There's going to be bonus things. It's going to have, maybe we'll extend the bridge and have Brian do a whole like very sexual like section.
It's going to get the works for sure. Like, people can suck my dick if they don't like this.
He's going to put together a whole dance number on the whole thing. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you said Right Through Me is your favorite to play because you fucking shine on that. Like, no offense, Brian, but Dan, you're the fucking star of that song.
Hell yeah.
I don't get too many opportunities, so I'll take it.
No offense, but like, I mean, I'm a lyrical guy. The lyrics always stand out to me, but I fucking love the drums in that song, man.
Totally.
Like, it's one of the few songs that I listen to, period, that I'm just like, this is musically like really fucking good.
Yeah, that was the one even before like Brian's vocals got added to it. That was one of my favorite. I think that was probably my favorite instrumental from the record, because I guess before Brian got to vocals on it, he got vocals pretty early, so I listened to that one. That was like one of the early songs we wrote, so I listened to the instrumental version a shit ton, and so that was like my early pick for my favorite song.
Yep.
Well, do you guys have any? I mean, I know you got any. You're about to go on tour again. So, are there any specific dates you'd like to plug?
Yeah, but we're only playing 4 more shows.
Okay, then all of them. Go. What's your website again?
I
don't even know. These aren't even listed on our website.
Yeah, we don't
really?
We have our merch store is thehometeammerch.com. We are playing April 6th at the Secret Group in Houston, April 8th at Paper Tiger in San Antonio, April 10th at
I was about to say
Phoenix, the Valley Bar in Phoenix.
Valley Bar in Phoenix.
And April 12th at the Echo in LA. And we just announced a local festival that we're playing called South Sound Block Party. It's going to be in Olympia, Washington. It's August 26th and 27th. So we're excited for that. It's our first like big festival, like outdoor festival that we're playing at home. And then that's all the shows we have planned now. Nice. We're going to drop, we have a couple of music videos that we're dropping. Oh, I guess we're dropping one soon. And then we're saving another one for right before the next tour that we do. So we'll drop a hype video right before we head out.
Get the hype train going.
Exactly. Yeah.
Another question that I did have before I let you guys go. Actually, 2 about one video. For I think it's Slow Bloom, where you have like the different bands playing the song like in the video. So, number one, were they actual bands?
Yeah. Yeah. So the first one was a band called Avoid. They are currently out on tour with Fit for a King, and Silent Planet and Hollowfront.
Mhm.
And they are close friends of ours because we have grown up with them here in the Seattle scene. And like me and their guitarist went to high school together, and we were in a band together a long time ago. And they're just really, really close friends of ours, and we've played a ton of shows with them. And when we had this idea for bands to play us, we definitely wanted it to be local bands that we're friends with. And so Avoid was one of the, if not the first pick, to be one of them. And they're also just kind of like a loud personality, so it kind of fit the character, which led even better into the second band, which was a band called Scythe Gang 666. They are
Trap metal.
an extreme trap metal group that originated here. They now live in LA, but they are also friends of ours. They basically came from a bunch of different bands in Seattle and then came together as a little bit of a super group. And their bassist filled in on tour for us on guitar for like 3 tours back in 2019. And so we got to know him really well. I also help out with a lot of their music videos. Like I'll go and be the guy behind the camera for a lot of those. And they are just a wild personality of a band. And we knew that we had to have them as one of the other ones because, again, it was one of those things. It's like me being the director of that. I wanted it to be kind of polarizing acts so that but unique. I want a unique act so that when the third band came in, which was just a conglomeration of hot dudes that couldn't really play instruments that well, or at least a couple of them couldn't. It was like a sarcastic remark on the fact that it's not really individualistic at all. It's just hot dudes. And so we were like, yes, this is exactly what we want. It is a bit of an artistic knock on state of, I don't know, creative outlets at the moment, but that's why we picked those bands.
Yeah, so the last one wasn't actually. They were the only one that wasn't a band.
The third one wasn't an actual band.
We were trying to get a full band to come and do it, but we couldn't find one that fit exactly.
Yeah, because we wanted like handsomer versions or buffer versions of us.
So the guitarist is John's buddy that he works out with, and his cousin is in the NFL, and he has like very similar genes. So he's just
huge,
very handsome, very big. The drummer is a professional wrestler named Dave the Black Sheep Turner. The guitarist actually used to be in the home team. He was one of our original guitarists.
Or he played bass in that one. Ryan.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he played bass.
Yeah, the bassist in the video used to be a guitarist in the home team. And he now does sound for Cold War Kids. And the singer used to be the vocalist of my deathcore band, and is just a handsome guy. And so we got like 4 buff, handsome guys to be the like, what did the guy from State of the Scene call it? The
Affliction shirt wearing butt rock band.
No, but it was sorry. What's the like the radio? It's like the Sirius XM hard rock version of us.
Yeah.
But speaking of that music video and handsome men, was the record company like, look, Brian, you got to take your shirt off and get soaked, or were you just like, what happened there?
The latter. So there was a bit of a metaphor that kind of got lost in the production of that video because I am not a professional. So I don't know if you know, I directed and edited that video, but I didn't shoot it obviously because I had to be in the shot. I am not a professional, and so had I had a little more foresight, I would have been able to translate this metaphor a little better. But what I wanted was for the shots that were not related to the studio, like the film studio, I wanted them to be me in this rain room, and then when I'm upside down later, my hair is wet. Now my hair is wet in the shot, but it's so dark and my body's not wet that you can't tell at all. And I was really bummed about that. And then my hair is wet again in like the living room scene. Once again, can't tell. If I had like a production assistant on those sets, they would have been like, hey, you should just like soak yourself because you're not gonna be able to tell on camera that it's supposed to be connected to that rain room scene. Didn't really come out right. That's okay. I'm not that worried about it. It just still looks cool. But
I was just wondering which one of you's like, all right, we gotta get more lady fans, guy fans, any kind of fans.
Sex appeal from the last
yes.
album was a 3. Got to bump that shit up to a 9.
I would
All right,
say
guys.
we got a good 7.5, 8 on this one. I want to take it to a 9 on the next one. We'll see what happens. I gotta get a little more buff if that's gonna happen.
I feel that. But either way, it's been real. It's been fun. Love talking to you guys. Go get more famous and
Yep.
rock more faces and achieve your dreams, guys. This has been
The Confound Millennial, starring Steven Sturvin Michaels, Ryan Diamonds, Brian Butcher, Dan Matson, and Izzy.
Yeah.